The relationship between Lieutenant Spock, Tring, and Nurse Christine Chapel in Star Trek Strange New Worlds Season 2. Episode 5, Charades, is boldly reimagined. Charades is the Strange New Worlds' second Vulcan comedy, after Season 1's hijinks-filled body exchange, Spock Amok, and it is a comic masterwork by Ethan Peck. It was written by Catherine Lynn and Henry Alonso Myers, and directed by Jordan Canning. The science officer of the USS Enterprise must deal with his ongoing feelings, as he tries to deceive Tring's family, during a critical engagement rite, when Spock abruptly transforms into a fully human being. When Spock and Nurse Chapel were studying the Vulcan moon Kirkov, a shuttle accident left him injured, and forced him to be rebuilt into a human. The people of Kirkov developed into extraterrestrial creatures, and as restitution for the mishap, they repaired Spock by giving him a complete human body, so that he would match with Chapel. To trick Tring's parents, Trill and Sevet, during their engagement ritual, Spock enlisted the help of numerous members of the USS Enterprise crew, as well as his mother, Amanda Grayson. Spock essentially possessed the emotional temperament of an adolescent. In the meantime, a repentant Chapel got in touch with the Kirkovians to request their assistance in re-getting Spock to be half Vulcan. However, the primary goal of Strange New Worlds Season 2, Episode 5, was to explore unknown emotional waters, with the love triangle between Spock, Tring, and Nurse Chapel. What happens when Spock and Nurse Chapel admit they have feelings for one another? Spock and Nurse Chapel had a kiss after admitting their affections for one another. Spock has been socially avoiding Christine ever since the Season 2 premiere of Star Trek Strange New Worlds, because he had lost his Vulcan control over his emotions. Several crew members were aware of the sexual tension between Spock and Chapel, particularly Dr. Joseph Mbenga. Christine worked tirelessly to attempt to discover a means to bring back Spock's Vulcan sight after his accident, but thereafter she was overcome with survivor's guilt, and eventually turned to the Kirkovians for assistance. Due to Spock's engagement to Tring, they were unable to pursue their mutual love desire, which caused strife between Chapel and Spock. However, Spock and Tring's break gave the science officer and the medical officer the go-ahead to indulge in their love, something Spock seemed to lack for Tring, despite his fondness for her. The excitement of Strange New Worlds lies in how Spock and Chapel's passionate relationship will affect Star Trek, the original series canon. The unrequited love Nurse Chapel had for Spock in Twos might be fueled by a relationship between Spock and Chapel in the years before Twos. The connection between Jess Bush's Chapel and Ethan Peck's Spock is also evident, and Strange New Worlds is now prepared to follow this relationship anywhere it may go. Is the engagement between Spock and Tring already over? Establishing Star Trek Twos. Every fan of Star Trek the original series is aware that Tring will make Spock break their engagement in amok time. Strange New Worlds appears to have laid the groundwork for that ultimate canonical resolution in Charades. When Tring discovered the lengths he took to deceive her family by claiming to be a Vulcan, she advised Spock that it would be wise to take a break from their engagement. The fact that Spock used Captain Christopher Pike and his fellow Enterprise crew members as part of his charade, but left Tring out, confirmed to her that Spock doesn't really trust her, despite everything they have been through together. This upset Tring the most. Spock's justification is that he wasn't being himself. Lieutenant Lan Noonien Singh said that Spock had the demeanor of an adolescent without his Vulcan reasoning. Instead, he was humorously irrational, terrified, and violent. Spock may have used Tring as part of his ludicrous plan with complete reasoning, but because of fear of Tring's mother's retribution, he made extremely human and emotional mistakes in judgment. Tring has her doubts about Spock and Chapel, even if she is unaware of their complete history, or the fact that they shared a kiss after Tring left the Enterprise. Even while Ross and Rachel were on a break in Friends, Spock's decision to pursue his love for Chapel right away does, regrettably, feel like a betrayal. If and when Tring returns to Strange New Worlds, it is unknown what will take place next.